The U.S. House Majority Whip, Tom Emmer, is pushing forward with his proposed Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act, BRCA, a bill that would exempt DeFi developers from being classified as money transmitters under state law. Emmer has publicly defended the measure, despite criticism from law enforcement officials who warn it could create regulatory blind spots. In an interview with CoinDesk, he argued that the concerns raised by critics are a distraction from the core issue, the need for regulatory clarity in a rapidly evolving industry. Emmer's bill focuses specifically on non-custodial software developers, those who create decentralized finance applications but do not hold or control user funds. He emphasized that these developers should not be subject to the same rules as custodial platforms, such as exchanges or wallet providers, which do have direct control over user assets. The current regulatory landscape is a patchwork of state-level money transmitter laws, which vary widely and create compliance burdens that many in the DeFi community argue stifle innovation. Emmer's BRCA is part of a broader legislative. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Push in Congress to create a clearer legal framework for digital assets. This includes the Clarity Act, which recently passed the Senate Banking Committee with bipartisan support. The Clarity Act is designed to provide regulatory certainty for the broader crypto market, and Emmer believes both bills will eventually pass and be signed into law by President Donald Trump. Emmer described the goal of these bills as a light-touch regulatory approach, one that limits the authority of agencies like the SEC and FinCEN. He argues that the current regulatory environment is overly burdensome and not well suited to the nature of DeFi technologies. Critics, including some law enforcement officials, have warned that exempting DeFi developers could create challenges in tracking illicit financial activity. Emmer dismissed these concerns, calling them a distraction from the real issue of regulatory overreach. He believes that the current system is too rigid and does not account for the unique nature of decentralized technologies. The debate around DeFi regulation is not just about compliance, but also about the future. Financial innovation in the U.S. DeFi developers argue that the current rules are ill-suited for their work, as they do not control user funds or engage in traditional financial activities. Emmer's position reflects a growing sentiment among crypto advocates that the U.S. needs to adapt its regulatory approach to keep pace with technological advancements. The outcome of this legislative push could have significant implications for the DeFi ecosystem. If passed, the BRCA would provide a more stable environment for developers to operate in, potentially attracting more. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Innovation and investment to the U.S. market. However, the bill also faces opposition from regulators and law enforcement agencies who believe it could weaken their ability to monitor and prevent financial crimes. The next signal to watch is whether the BRCA and the Clarity Act will pass through both chambers of Congress and receive the necessary support for enactment. The potential for a light-touch, regulatory approach could reshape the DeFi landscape in the U.S., either by fostering growth or by creating new challenges for oversight bodies.